Hey, beautiful people. My name is Latoya Nickee Walker. I am a dancer, dance educator, choreographer, the chief executive officer of Footwork and Soul Dance Company. And outside of dance, I am an actress and a novice filmmaker. Fun fact, I am also a veteran. Ooh, wow, this is a great question. Um, how has AOC influenced my artistic practices thus far? I think that it has allowed me, ironically, to explore more. I think that before I was a part of this fellowship, I had a really refined sense of self. I am in the ninth year of my dance organization being established, and I thought that I knew pretty much where I had settled in my artistry, but I think being a part of AOCA reminded me that there's always opportunity to explore fresh, new things and to extend into other spaces. Many of the other art forms that I used to indulge in have laid dormant, and now I've been able to re-access those things, like I said, with acting and filmmaking. I produced my first dance documentary around 2022 and really haven't done much in that wheelhouse or that realm till I started being a part of AOCA, where I started to renew some of those artistic skills that I had just like kind of dropped to the side and forgotten about and haven't accessed in a while because it just wasn't making me money. I think that sometimes people don't talk enough about the realities of being an artist and financial sustainability, and I think that there's ways you can go about that that are interdisciplinary that I was reminded of through AOCA. Collaborating with other artists through AOCA has really just reinforced my value systems. I'm a very community-oriented person. I care a lot about how the work that I do impacts people far beyond my scope, even people that I don't know or that I'll never even encounter. And I think that being a part of a community of other artists, especially from my home state, especially from Connecticut, people that I am not necessarily familiar with outside of this context, has really just reinforced that value system and reinforced the importance of community. I plan to leverage this opportunity by staying in connection with the other fellows. I think that it might be really easy to disconnect once you're done here, and I'm gonna make a really conscious effort to stay connected to the folks that I have become acquainted with through AOCA. I think that there's so many skills that we can impart upon one another and so much collaboration that is potentially accessible far beyond this fellowship. And I'm excited and hopeful for what those things could be, even things that I can't imagine yet. Ooh, okay. My cultural identity and background is interwoven in everything that I do. For one, I am first generation American. Both of my parents are of Jamaican descent. My mother has some lineage in Cuba. And so I am all of the Caribbean cultures combined. Was raised in a very Jamaican household. I am the eldest of 5, and all of that informs the work that I make. Being a Black person in America, but also being a Caribbean American in America, all of those themes come up in all of the work that I do, even in my dance company. I offer a community class right now that's called Ballet for Brown Girls, and that class is centralized around Black and brown girls' experiences in ballet. And the ways that we dismantle that in the class is through dress code, the music that we use, and at the end of class, I share a little abbreviated dance history about a different Black or brown ballerina. Those things, again, are all derived from my cultural background and identity. And that's just one example. There are so many examples of my cultural identity showing up in the artwork that I make and in my art making process. Oh, this is easy. The driving force and message that I am always pushing forth in all of my artwork, no matter what I'm doing, whether it's me as the dancer and performer, the choreographer, the artistic director and CEO of my organization, or even in acting and filmmaking, is that dance is more than entertainment. That is the primary driving force in everything that I do. I'm always trying to teach people how dance can be therapeutic, or how it's academically sound, or how it's sociologically relevant to like all the things that are happening in the world and in society. I've even dealt with dance as a ministerial gift. I'm always driving forth with that particular phrase, slogan. That's even the slogan for my dance organization. Dance is more than entertainment. That is it, that is all. The kind of impact that I want to make is not tangible. I don't want to win a certain kind of award or get certain kind of accolades. When you ask this question, the first thing that comes to mind is the tattoo I have on my back. So, little story. In 2016, I got out of a domestic violence-ridden relationship, and a friend of mine who was born the same year, 7 days apart, also tried to do the same thing that same year. She ended up, unfortunately, passing away. It was very tragic. The guy that was also abusing her, because she was also in a domestic violence-ridden relationship, unfortunately murdered her and then murdered himself. And she had, before passing away, captioned this picture on Instagram with this very powerful quote that now is kind of ironic because it reigns true now that she's passed on. And I have it tattooed on my back, and I just want to read it. She said, "Before I die, I want to motivate and inspire young girls to love themselves first and give their all to their dream. To live for yourself is to eventually die. To live for others is to live forever." And I have that tattooed on my back, and it's because I carry it everywhere with me. Not only do I carry the essence of like who she was and all the things that she accomplished before dying so young, but also because that quote inspires me. I want to ensure and impart that even after I pass on, the contributions that I've given to the community through my artwork live on. And that those values and those pieces of art and the way that I made people feel stays with them. And they tell other people about it and share my artwork in a way that impacts generations far beyond me. And I get calls all the time from people I used to teach even when I lived in New York, that they talk about the impact that I had on them and that they felt seen. And I think that that's the only thing that I want, is to make people feel seen for generations to come.